Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Anastasi, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. And I'm here with my monthly editorial blog for you. This one is a little bit different, and I think it's very, very important. So I'm glad that you stopped by to check it out. I sat down when I began to put this editorial blog together for this month, and I realized that I just can't get away from that big white elephant sitting right in the center of everyone's room. The quarantine that most of us here on this lovely planet Earth are dealing with right now is that big white elephant. And all of the physical, emotional, financial, political, and economic things that go with it keep drawing our attention back to it. Are you working in the health field? Or do you have friends or neighbors that have contracted the virus? Or are you fearful, perhaps, that it will spread to your area and to your loved ones? Are you glued to the television to try to find more about it on the news? To find out how you should be dealing with it? And perhaps even find or hear about a possible cure? Are you one of the many people who has lost their job or who are subsidizing friends and relatives who have because of the many business shutdowns? Are you an investor worried about your portfolio, or perhaps a person who is supporting a large family and now you're sitting outside a food pantry waiting online to feed them? It seems there's no one of us that's unaffected by what's happening all around us right now. In some way, every single one of us is being drawn to wake up, to look around us, and to fully appreciate what's going on in our world right now. For most of us, our world has become so very small. It's limited to our home and perhaps the food market. We're lucky if we have a backyard that we can spend little time outside, or a balcony on our apartment. Yet at the same time, as we read articles and watch news programs and surf the internet, we can't get away from the immense worldwide scope of it all. We realize how very large, sweeping, and complete this situation that has shut our world down is. There have been very few times in the history of our world that the entire planet has been drawn together in a way that is so profound. I find myself wondering why and what that will mean going forward, as I'm sure many of you also do. The human personality in me fears the changes that it knows are coming. It tends to assign resistance to moving forward and to moving out of its comfort zone. It knows that we will have to implement new safeguards going forward. It knows there will be social changes, that travel will change, and social customs and interactions with others will probably change. It knows there will even be some complete changes necessary in many jobs and in many ways that companies do business in order to avoid any epidemic happening again in the future. There will be new laws set in place to safeguard us to some degree. There will be new organizations or a reorganization of existing ones. There will be whole new areas of research that open up. In some nations, there will be political and economic reorganization. All of this will be on a worldwide level, of course. As this affects all nations and all of humanity. The human personality side of me thinks all of these are good things. Of course they are, as long as none of them require me to change. But of course these things will demand change from me too. When I think of that, I can feel my resistance building. But what if I don't want change? I think. What if I just want things to go back to the way they were? I can almost hear you laughing as you read or listen to this. Do you recognize yourself in my reactions? I think most people react to change much the way I do. Perhaps that's one reason that the powers that be chose to visit the coronavirus, COVID-19, on us at this time in our evolutionary growth. No matter where it came from, no matter who started it, I believe it's a fact that a higher power knew it was coming and chose to stand back and let us deal with it ourselves. Oh yes, we did have obscure warnings, didn't we? If you look back, you can discern them. But if our guides, angels, even God, wanted us to sidestep this one, those warnings would have been a lot stronger, believe me. Nope. We are all meant to go through this, all of us on planet Earth, together right now. Together to help the entire planet and its population of humans to grow and to evolve and to move beyond our comfort zone to explore our highest potentials. What I am saying is that my higher self and that part of me personally that aligns with that higher part of me knows that this is all part of the plan for all of us here on planet Earth right now. My guides have been saying for years, since 1985 to be exact, that mankind must wake up. Those words, I hear them in my mind over and over again. Mankind must wake up. That is, in fact, the primary reason I began teaching psychic development and Kabbalah pathworking. That is, in fact, the reason why, so that I can help people to awaken to their highest potentials. But the waking up hasn't been happening fast enough. As a race of beings, we all found our comfort zones. All of us light workers have been helping to set the alarm, to help to wake up humanity. It's been too slow. We put people in charge of our world to make it run smoothly, you see, so that we could continue to live our lives without change. We resisted. We refused growth. Now it's time to grow. Mankind must wake up. There is an enormous force building in all of us, and we can choose individually how we want to use it. As we move beyond the virus and the shutdown and ride the waves of the political, economic, and financial changes that are in progress, think to yourself, where do you want to land your boat? During this time of quiet that precedes the storm to come, set your priorities. Organize, study, Get in touch with the inner you. When you cast your mind to the future from that quiet place, what do you see? That's where my readings with my clients this month are going to take us, on an exploration of possible futures. The sky's the limit right now, my friends. What and who do you want in your life? Where do you want to live? Where do you want to work? Set your focus. Don't get daunted by the scope of what you want. Set your goal. Then look for the stepping stone that will get you closer than the next and then the next. Build yourself a bridge to your best possible future. You can do it. We all can. And if by some sad chance you've lost loved ones or friends along the way, know that on some level they also knew their transition was coming, and they will be helping you and the entire planet to move forward into a glorious new age from their higher viewpoint on the other side of the veil. We are all becoming something more. I'm Sandy Anastasi, folks, and I'm so grateful that you took the time to listen to my blog to the conclusion. Have a wonderful month and have a great future. I'll be back next month with more thoughts. Goodbye for now.